A heavy rainfall warning is in effect this morning for Agawa, Lake Superior Park, Sault Ste. Marie, St. Joseph Island, Surchmont, Montreal River Harbor, and Batchewana Bay. The rain started last evening and will continue until tonight, and we could see some embedded thunderstorms. Rainfall amounts near 50 millimeters are expected. Heavy downpours can cause flash floods and water pooling on roads. If visibility is reduced while driving, turn on your lights and maintain a safe following distance. Localized flooding in low-lying areas is possible. Locals laced up their running shoes yesterday morning for the 21st annual Run the Great Lakes event at the Delta Hotel. This 5 or 10K run takes place annually and it raises money for various local causes. This year, those causes are Arch Hospice and the Sioux Area Hospital Foundation. A new addition to this run as of last year was the 1 or 2K Rome's Run for Kids, which happened before the adult run.
Basically a race/fun run. We got people that are walking just to raise money for charity. We had a great kids run, and we've got some runners that are running competitively too. So everybody's running and running for a good cause and having some fun. All the money goes to Arch and Sioux Area Hospitals. Really everything that we generate, because sponsors cover all of our costs. So last year we raised over $14,000. We added Sioux Area Hospitals this year. They've been fairly active in helping us with this. And so we felt that we're growing enough that we could share the charity, and Arch was okay with that, so Sioux Area Hospitals is coming in too. They're charities that touch people's hearts. They're easy to understand. You can donate to anybody, but they're ones that need a lot of funding. All of Arch's money has to be raised. They get very, very little to cover anything other than the nurses' costs. So their budget's huge. So we just felt that it was something that everybody understood and liked, and we want that tug at the heartstrings to be able to grow the numbers too.
I've been doing this run since about 2006, 2007. I started off doing the half marathon. Well, originally I was a runner coming from another community, and this was one of the very, very few runs in Sault Ste. Marie. So for me, it was personal just to keep active with running. I think this is an awesome way to bring the community together, yes. Especially with getting the teams together, it really helps to bring a lot of work environments with team building. With Arch, it's done a lot to help friends and family. Their experience has also always been awesome, and to be able to give back to people who give so much is a wonderful opportunity. Yeah.
The Sault Ste. Marie District Labour Council and some of its affiliates marked the one-year anniversary of the Ford government's election by holding a protest outside of local MPP Ross Romano's office on Saturday morning. The theme was superheroes and ice cream, in reference to Romano's remarks earlier this year, comparing cancer patients to children with superhero toys and ice cream. On TV, spoke to Sault Ste. Marie District Labour Council President Michelle McLeave Kennedy and protesters.
Today is the year anniversary of the Ford government getting elected, so the Sault Ste. Marie Labour Council and some of the affiliates have come together with community members to discuss the cuts that have come in our community and how the cuts are affecting our community. So we came out for an ice cream party and superhero party to welcome people in the community and hear what their story is and hear how they're frustrated with the government. People are frustrated with things that are happening, and we've seen many cuts that are going to affect our community in a lot of different aspects. Healthcare, education, the autism funding, now the cap on public sector wages. There's a lot of things that are happening here that people are not happy with. There's 50 different protests across Ontario with the power of many. So what we're trying to do is just get people out there to realize what's happening and people to come together and stand up for what they think they need and talk about their situation. We've had a lot of community members come out and explain their frustration, and they need to be heard. That's why Ross was elected, to listen to his constituents, and that's what we want. The message today is for him to come out and listen to his constituents and at least talk to people that have the expertise in their area. Talk to the people in education and find out how the cuts are going to affect people. Talk to people in healthcare. talk to where these cuts are coming from. Beer in the corner stores is not going to be a solution for a lot of these cuts that are coming about.
Imagine Dad comes home and Dad says, you know, the money that we needed for medicine, the money that we were going to buy school supplies with and rent, I spent it on beer. That's my biggest problem with what's happening right now. The Ford government is claiming that they don't have money, and so that they have to cut critical social programs and supports. The problem is they're spending and wasting billions on stuff that's not important. Now, if someone did come home and say to their family, sorry, no food, I spent it on beer, we would call them a deadbeat. And that's exactly what this government is the equivalent of a deadbeat dad. The one message I hope that comes from this is it's not a case of there's not enough money for us to be helping things like kids with autism. It's that they're wasting money on things that are absolutely irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether someone can buy a can of beer at 9 in the morning and go and drink in the park. It concerns me that there are people who have children, who have disabilities, who are having their only support cut to pieces. And I think that that's it's not the society I want to live in and is morally reprehensible.
Provincial police say a 14-year-old boy reported missing in Northern Ontario last week was found dead on Saturday. They say Adam Spade of Martin Falls was reported missing to the Anishinaabe Police Service on Thursday. He had disappeared from a home in Fort William First Nation. His body was found in Lake Superior at Fort William First Nation. Provincial officers say a postmortem will be conducted to determine his cause of death, which is being investigated by the crime unit.